All right, y'all. This next message is not a download. It's not channel message, anything like that. Okay, this is just some knowledge that I was guided to share with you all today. Usually, I would save this kind of message for a Saturday school episode, but I haven't been guided to do Saturday school yet. Okay, it's coming back, just not right now. I'm waiting on some things to come to fruition before I go back to doing that. But I was guided to give this message today. Okay, so I'm just going to get right into it really quickly. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back, for supporting me, encouraging me, your kind words, your likes, your shares, your subscribes, of course, and your comments. I greatly appreciate you. If this is your first time ever seeing me, I look good, don't I? Yes, I have confidence. If you don't like that, get yours up and you won't have a problem with mine. Come in though. If you're fine with the confidence, come in. Have a seat. How are you? I'm Jocelyn. You are more than welcome to call me Jocey, okay? I am a energy reader. My name is the Opus Oracle, but I'm also known as Any of the Goat, and you will soon understand why that is. I pick up on the energy and the messages from Spirit, Universe, Divine, God, Ra, whatever you call them, in any way that they see fit. So, if you don't like variety, if you don't like surprises, if you don't like things that pop right out the box, you're not going to like it here. I can tell you that now. You're not going to like it. Because I am very random and nothing is ever the same. And you never know. I'm like a box of chocolates, baby. Not because I am chocolate, but because you never know what you're going to get over here, okay? If you are guided to book a personal private reading, down below in the description box is my Set More link. It'll take you to my booking page where you can book your personal reading with me. If you are interested in 18 plus readings, my extended readings, which I need to drop a new one soon, and my monthly spiritual newsletter, down below you will find my Patreon link. If you become a Patreon member, you'll have access to the things. And if you are ever guided to donate or tip to my channel, I greatly appreciate it in advance. And my Cash App and PayPal information are also down below in the description box for your convenience. And may anything you bless me with return to you 100-fold. Ashe and amen. I'm still trying not to be too loud because extra ears are still here, but it is what it is. I'm going to do what I was guided to do, okay? So if the energy kind of is like, it's because I can't be loud and jump around like I want to right now, but best believe, when he go to work, it's going to be party time, okay? Okay, but let's get into this real quick. The message, the information that I have for you, words, the ones we speak, the ones we spell. Words are spells. That's why we spell words, okay? So, personally, me, I am very particular about words. I have always been a fan of English, writing, all that, okay? Poetry, all that. I love words. I love reading. And now that I'm in my spiritual journey, I understand why I have always been drawn to words and reading and writing, etc. I'm a spellcaster. I literally have to watch what words I speak out of my mouth because the words that I speak manifest, okay? So, words are spells. You have to be careful what words you use, what context you use words in, etc. So when someone says something and you misinterpret what they said and they're like, you know what I meant? No, no the fuck I don't know what you meant. I know what you said. I don't look at words the way that the average person looks at words. So you really have to be careful what you say to me and how you say it to me, because I will take that as you trying to cast a negative spell or some shit on me, okay? Like, for instance, I just had someone in the comments after one of my videos. The title of the video was, "It's time to let this abusive relationship go." This person commented, "Can you let me go? Please and thanks." Oh, I don't know if they were making a comment about the video or to me. They didn't specify. It sounded like they were talking to me. "Can you let me go, please and thanks?" So you're talking to me. So block. Because who are you talking to? What are you trying to do? Like, so I'm very funny about how people speak to me and what they say. And I learned that the hard way, okay? Another example, someone else in the comments maybe a week or two ago said, "I love your energy and I claim this energy. I love your," what I said, they said, "I love your energy and something else." And they said, "I claim your energy and power," or something like that. And don't say that kind of shit to me. Because you know what that sounds like to me? To someone else, that's a compliment. "I love your energy and I claim your energy and power." No, don't you fucking allow that. Don't you answer them. They are literally casting a spell to take your energy, your power, your beauty, etc. Okay? So I replied to that person and I said, "That means two things. I don't know if you realize that or not. You may have." And then I put the evil eye emoji and then I blocked them. I don't play when it comes to words. Because literally, to me, you are saying that you want my energy, my power. You're trying to destiny swap. Fuck you and fuck off. So watch what you say to me. Watch how you say what you say to me. If I suddenly remove you from my channel, it's because you said something that sounded like it was a fucking spell. Dead ass, okay? So words, like I said, they have meanings for a reason. They are pronounced the way they are pronounced for a reason. Words are spells, and you have to be careful what words you use in what context, etc. It means it means things. It casts spells, okay? So words only have power that we give them. So for example, confirmation burp. When I said that if someone says to you, "I claim your power and your blah, blah, blah," and I said, do not answer them, do not reply, do not like it, do not answer. Because if you answer, you're giving them your power. You're relinquishing the power to those words. Then the spell is able to take hold. The spell is able to be activated, okay? So words only have the power that we give them. If you do not acknowledge someone's spell, it doesn't do anything, okay? It has to be acknowledged when it's a word spell, okay? Spells only stick if we accept them and relinquish our power to them, okay? Like I just said. For example, another example. One person being called a bitch is going to react, get offended, get upset. They're going to want to fight over being disrespected by being called a bitch, okay? That's one person, all right? This is because this person is giving their power and giving that word power, and they're giving their power to that word, okay? So they're literally giving the word bitch power over their ego. Your ego is what gets offended. Your ego is what gets upset. Your ego is what wants to fight. It's not you. It's not your spirit. It's your ego. So if you react to being called bitch negatively and you want to fight and get all, you're giving that word your power. You're activating that spell. You are literally letting that word control your ego, control your reaction. Why are you giving a word your power? For another example, the N-word. I have been called the N-word a lot. I'm from California. I was born and raised in California. There was skinheads and all kinds of stuff out there, okay? There were times where I'd be walking down the street and someone, this one time a van full of skinheads rode past me and my cousin, opened their sliding door and yelled the N-word at us, okay? I started laughing my ass off. My cousin got so upset, she starts cussing and she's mad. Now, mind you, they've driven off. They were driving. So she's so upset. How could they call us that? And I'm just laughing. She's like, "Why are you laughing?" And I looked at her and I said, "Are you an N-word?" She goes, "No." Because I knew the definition, the actual definition of the N-word. I have looked it up. So I asked her, I said, are you an N-word? She goes, no. I said, okay, then shut the fuck up. If you're not the thing, why are you upset about being called the thing? Don't give it your power. So the words only have power if you give them power. If someone calls me the N-word and I don't react, guess what? They don't get my power. I go on about my business and they feel stupid for trying to get a reaction that they didn't get because their spell did not work. Do you understand? All right. Now, this person that's being called a bitch and wants to fight, they don't realize that the word spell has control of their energy and their reaction and their ego. And that's why they're even upset about being called the word. It's literally their ego that's bruised, okay? Now, another person being called a bitch, this other person's not going to care. This other person is going to laugh, look at you like you're stupid, walk away, whatever. They're not going to give you their energy. They're not going to argue. They're not going to fight. They're not even going to get mad. You know why? Because this second person doesn't give that word the same power that the first person does. This second person does not give this word power over their ego. They don't look at it as being disrespected because this person knows their worth. This person knows that they are not that word. They know their worth. They know who they are. Therefore, being called that word doesn't trigger them. It doesn't upset their ego. It doesn't make them want to fight or do anything. They don't give it power. Therefore, the spell does not work. Okay? Because this person does not assign that energy or that power to that word. Their ego is calm because, like I said, they know exactly who they are, and they know and understand that words do not dictate who they are. Therefore, the word spell, bitch, does nothing to the second person. Okay? So do you understand? Again, words are spells. That's why we spell them. You have to be careful what words you say and what way you say them, what context and how you pronounce them. Okay? They only have the power that we allow them to have over us. So, if someone randomly in public does something and they 12:34, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer, if you're in public and someone randomly calls you a name and now you want to take off your coat, you want to fight, and guess what? That spell worked. And now you're about to be in a whole bunch of mess because you let that spell work on you and you're letting it control you. So, advice, the moral of this message, stop letting words affect you. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Sticks and stones. I don't feel like they're talking about literally getting hit with sticks and stones. I think they're talking about spells, casting, magic wands, crystals are the stones. The sticks, like, they're talking about witchcraft. They're talking about casting. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, because if you know the power of words and how to not give words your power, the only thing that can hurt you is something physical. Words will never hurt you. All right. That's all I got. I'm going to close this message here, and I will see you in the next one.